Plus, annual night out events are making their way to the Wabash Valley. Thanks for watching. Today marks exactly 1 month since new Vigo County School Superintendent Chris Himsel took over that position. Now, as he prepares for the first day, he sat down with us to talk about the biggest issues facing the corporation. Will Price joins us now. And Will, what were the top things he mentioned during the interview?
Yeah, Mike, the main one was what VCSC is doing to improve its facilities. Now, this is a project that is years in the making, but Himsel spoke about what he's doing in these opening stages to set the corporation up for the next several years. But that was far from the only thing we discussed during this interview, which spanned more than half an hour. Tuesday marked officially 1 month into Chris Himsel's tenure as the superintendent at Vigo County Schools, and over the past few weeks, he has been meeting with a wide variety of people in the community to get a sense of where things stand on a number of issues. Within the corporation, one that has been brought to his attention early is upgrading the facilities. And he says he plans to ask the school board to do a complete facility study in the coming months.
The reason we need to update it is because, number one, we've done some things, so we need to acknowledge the fact that there are some things that have been done, and that needs to get credit for. And the second thing is because of inflation, supply chain, shortage of workers, the cost of those things is different than it was before the pandemic.
As far as on a possible referendum,
we're getting premature to think that we may or may not need to go there. At this particular point in time, in the planning stages, we need to make sure that we understand what it is we need before we do any ask or we presume any ask that we need to do.
Himsel also spoke about what the corporation should do to help students impacted by time away from in-person classes. He says that fallout has included an increase in discipline against students.
The bottom line is we have more kids involved in suspension and expulsion after the pandemic than we had before the pandemic, and we need to do something different so that we can return to those times. And we think that one of those things is that natural social development that would have naturally have occurred was interrupted by the pandemic.
He says they're working on implementing a number of initiatives, work that began back in the summer of 2022, focused on helping students' social development that they may have missed out on during the pandemic.
Refocuses back on how to get along with each other, how to be kind to each other, so that maybe we can be proactive in reducing suspensions and expulsions in the future.
Stand by. Now you can see all this and much more of what Himsel had to say on our website, mywabashvalley.com. Mike.
All right, thanks a lot, Will.